Hey, it's Bambunu. Today I wanted to show you all the connectivity options and MIDI modes available on the Random Synth. At first glance, it looks pretty simple. There's only one button, but underneath that simplicity, there's actually a lot going on. So in this video, we're going to look at how to send 4 separate audio tracks over USB into your DAW. I'm using Logic Pro, but you can do it in any DAW. How to synchronize the Random Synth, how all 9 MIDI input modes work, and how to use the Random Synth as a 4-track MIDI sequencer to control external hardware. That's a lot, but it's actually not that complicated. So let's get started. Let's start with USB audio. The Random Synth can send 4 separate audio tracks directly into your DAW over a single USB connection. Before recording, make sure to select the Random Synth as your audio input device in your DAW settings. Here, I already have 4 audio tracks configured, each receiving one of the Random Synth outputs, and as I generate new patches, you can see all the 4 tracks being recorded independently in real time. The Random Synth can synchronize directly to Logic Pro's or any DAW tempo. This is useful if you already have a project running at a specific BPM. Logic acts as the master clock and the Random Synth follows automatically. The Random Synth can also be synchronized using an analog clock source. Here I'm using a drum machine, but the same principle applies to any device capable of sending an analog clock signal. Once connected, the Random Synth automatically follows the incoming clock and stays perfectly synchronized with the external device. Let's now take a look at MIDI input. The Random Synth responds to MIDI on 9 different channels, each serving a different purpose. Before we look at the different MIDI modes, there's a few things worth mentioning. Because the Random Synth generates patches procedurally, not every patch will use 4 tracks. Depending on what is generated, some tracks may be inactive. Every instrument responds to MIDI note information, velocity, pitch bend, and aftertouch. Blues. C'est pas du blues ça, non, c'est du jazz genre. Jazz. Here in Logic, I have an external MIDI track opened. The MIDI destination is Random Synth and the MIDI channel is channel 1. MIDI channel 1 is used for global control. The first thing it allows you to do is to select the tonic note and transpose the entire generated sequence. For example, if a sequence is currently playing in C and I play a D on my keyboard, the entire patch will be transposed accordingly. What's particularly useful is that the selected tonic note is preserved when generating a new patch. Channel 1 also provides access to several global controls via MIDI CC messages. CC7 controls the master volume and CC9 controls scale selection. MIDI channels 2 through 5 allow you to take over one of the 4 generated tracks while the remaining tracks continue playing normally. Alright, let's get into it. Channel 2 controls track 1, channel 3 controls track 2, and channel 4 controls track 3, and channel 5 controls track 4. When MIDI notes are received on one of these channels, the random sequence on that particular track stops and you take direct control of it. Of course I wasn't plugged in. Channels 6 through 9 work similarly but operate in solo mode. Channel 6 controls track 1, Channel 7 controls track 2, Channel 8 controls track 3, and Channel 9 controls track 4. When you send MIDI notes to one of these channels, all generated sequences are stopped and only the selected track is heard. One thing worth mentioning is that you can also send 4 independent MIDI sequences to channel 6 through 9 simultaneously. When you generate a new patch, the sequences remain the same, only the timbres change. So far, we've been using external MIDI devices to control the random synth. Now let's look at the opposite workflow. Because the random synth generates up to 4 independent tracks, each track can be sent to a different destination. For this example, I'm using Logic Pro as a MIDI routing hub. Each of the random's 4 tracks is being sent to a different synthesizer. As you can see, I'm using an alt, a micro Q, an OB6, and a virus. Track 1 is controlling the alt, track 2 is controlling the micro Q, track 3 is controlling the OB6, and track 4 is controlling the virus. So basically, while MIDI input allows you to keep the sequences and change the timbres, MIDI output allows you to keep the timbres and change the sequences. Alright, thank you so much for watching the whole video. If you have any question, ask the Semaphore guys because I personally won't reply. I'm kidding, obviously, hit me up.